When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond.
President Donald Trump's message to the Iranian people today after joint U.S.-Israeli airstrikes on the country overnight. These new images released today from the Pentagon show the Trump administration in the Situation Room during Operation Epic Fury. Iranian state media is saying over 200 people were killed in the strikes today. Thanks for joining us here on this busy Saturday evening. I'm Alex Dieterer. The president and multiple Israeli officials say Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was also killed in the joint strikes. U.S. officials have been informed by the Israelis, but have not independently confirmed that, according to two U.S. officials. In the center right here of your screen, this new footage shows aerial shots of the compound before and after the strikes in Tehran. In retaliation, Iran has hit at least one U.S. base in the region. President Trump said the U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran have taken out a large number of Iran's leadership. He made it clear today he was not happy with the Iran's reactions to administration's negotiations with the country over its nuclear program.
They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests.
This is the seventh country Donald Trump has carried out military strike on since entering his second term. Back in January of this year, he carried out a similar operation in Venezuela to capture its former president, Nicolas Maduro. And here in Kentuckiana, we are hearing thoughts on the missile strike. A Spalding University professor is calling it an act of war. Dr. Kurt Jefferson follows Middle Eastern politics and says President Trump has been signaling that this could happen for a while. Dr. Jefferson spoke to us about what this action means.
This is setting this presidency, POTUS 47, on a course to re-alter dramatically the global order in ways that we haven't seen in generations.
And said we will now have to wait and see if troops will be called in. We also heard from an Iranian American who says President Trump told the people he would help after Iranians were killed during a protest in Iran.
And people were waiting and keep asking what happened. Is he going to hit or not? So finally it happened. It's not over yet, but people are really happy that they finally have a chance to overthrow that brutal regime.
We've also reached out to the Jewish Community Relations Council, who say they're providing a response to us soon. And reactions to the operation today have been coming in from across the political aisle in Kentuckiana. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell saying on social media, in part, quote, the Islamic Republic of Iran made, quote, death to America, death to Israel, a central pillar of its brutal rule. For decades, it wielded violence and repression at home and exported violence and terrorism abroad. Today, my prayers are with the brave U.S. and Israeli service members carrying out Operation Epic Fury and with the people of Iran who have long struggled for the right to determine their own future, end quote. Kentucky Representative Thomas Massie has also been vocal on requiring congressional approval over Trump's decisions in recent months. He wrote on social media today, quote, I am opposed to this war. This is not, quote, America first. When Congress reconvenes, I will work with Representative Ro Khanna to force a congressional vote on war with Iran. The Constitution requires a vote, and your representative needs to be on record as opposing or supporting this war, end quote. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear saying, quote, the American people were promised by the president that he would avoid foreign conflicts. Generations of Americans are still dealing with long-term impacts of war in Iraq and Afghanistan. The president could have made his case at the State of the Union, but instead played political games. He owes Congress and the American people a full explanation, as these actions put American troops at significant risk. While Indiana's senior Senator Todd Young does agree with the reasoning behind the operation, saying in part, quote, "No one wants more conflict in the Middle East, but Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. I look forward to Congress being fully briefed on the operation and included in discussion about any next steps. The American people will have questions pertaining to the nature of threats, risks to our troops and homeland, and objectives sought. Their questions must be answered." And Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith saying, quote, "Peace through strength, praying for our brave U.S. military as they carry out Operation Fury. The current Iranian regime must never be allowed to obtain nuclear weapons, and now is the time for the people of Iran to rise up and reclaim their once great nation," end quote.